picture, we're going to make a drawing of a Christmas tree. And after we draw the tree, I'm going to show you how to make a neat little bow, such as you see on the package, one of the packages under the tree. We may have time to draw some stockings. They're not very hard to draw, really. And I've got a couple different types of this picture. On one of them I've drawn a doorway so that you can see into another room. See, this is like a kitchen with some cabinets in there and a table with a plate on it. And I still have the stockings. But you could make this into a fireplace or a stove. You can decorate your room any way you want to. In this one, as you can see, I've just got this as a window with some decorations all around and a bow on the wall. But you can change that. You can change however you want it to be decorated. Alright, let's get started with our drawing. You need your paper in the landscape direction, which is side to side. And we're going to measure a little bit with our fingers. You can just see how I'm putting my hand right here on the bottom of my paper. And I'm going to make a couple of dots as wide as 3 fingers. And I'm going to turn that into a little rectangle that runs off the bottom edge of the paper like this. It doesn't matter too much how big your square is or rectangle. Put your finger on the corner and watch. Practice the line first. We want to slant. It's like we're going to make the side of a letter V. And then slide over and make this line again. We're going to go this way again. I'm going to slide to this corner, but I'm going to make this line again. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to make the same line. I'm not going out. Nothing on this side. Both lines, when you put your finger here, the line should go like that. Then a horizontal flat line to connect these two together. And that's all for now. We've got one more little piece to put on that in a minute, but I want you to go right beside it and make a shorter line. Don't make this as tall as the first one. You can see right here. It's quite a bit shorter. I'll get in close now. And just go from there, just go straight off the edge of the paper like this. Alright, put your finger back on the corner. We want another one of those slanted lines. It's like we're making a letter V. Actually, it slants quite a bit more than that. And just go out that way, stop, put your finger right here. Your finger will help you cover up a space that you don't want to draw in. And it allows you to draw in the right place. Alright, one more little thing. Put your finger point just like I'm pointing right here. And you want to go on this corner and you want to go straight up and down. Doesn't matter where it hits. It's going to hit on this box or this line somewhere. That doesn't matter. Alright, let's work on the other side for a minute. Just hook on right in here somewhere. Come over, I don't know, mine's a couple fingers. Yeah, that's enough. Stop, come straight down, and it's okay to run off the bottom edge of the paper. Now we got to get that slant on there. It's like a letter V. Don't go on this side. If you slide your finger up, you should not cover the line. If you cover the line, you drew it the wrong direction. Alright, let's put the flat part across the top. Doesn't matter where it hooks on, just take it straight over. Whatever it hits, that's what it hits. It doesn't matter. Alright, I think we can do one more and then we're going to get started on the tree. Put your finger right here and go straight up and down ever how tall you want this last box to be. Mine's not going to be very tall. Just like that. Come flat over ever how wide you want the box to be. And then come straight down. If you hit something, stop. If not, run off the edge. Let's get the top on this box. We've got to get our slant on both sides. Flat across the top. Straight up and down. Now I want to make a tree. Let's see. Let's make the tree. Let's put a dot here and then go flat across and put a dot over here somewhere near the edge. Look, you can put your finger against the edge and make your dot in. The main thing is that these dots are flat across. It's like straight across from each other. Alright, put your finger halfway between the dots. Now look. I'm going to show you how to make the star on top of the tree. Put your finger halfway between the dots. Just don't pay any attention to this other stuff. Look at the space here. Look at the space here. Put your finger halfway. Slide to the top. Come back down enough to leave room for a star. Now hold your finger there. Put an A over top of your finger, ever how big you want your star to be. Put an A, but no middle piece. Now here's how I make the star. I go from the bottom here and cross over the middle. Stop. I hook on and come flat to this side and stop. And then I hook on right there and go back down to the bottom. That's how I make a star. So if you're paying attention and you're doing it when I do it, then it'll be pretty easy. If you get behind, well, that's usually a problem. Now all we have to do is fit the Christmas tree in here. All we're going to do is make a big letter A, just like an alphabet letter A. And I'm not going to hook on to the star. I'm going to start a little bit below the star. It's going to come down, and I'm just going to come through that dot, and at the bottom just run a little squiggly line like that. Under the star. Now I'm not hooking on to this line. Look, I'm coming under the star. I'm going to come down to this dot and just run down. I hit the present, so I'll stop there. You would see a little bit of the bottom of the tree, maybe in here somewhere, just a little squiggly line. But you know, your tree may be, the presents may be covering more of your tree, so that's not important. The important thing is to get this shaped like a gigantic letter A, and don't touch the star. Now let's put some beads on our tree for decoration. Or I tell you what, I'll let you decorate your tree any way you want to. You can make up your own decorations. If you want to watch me, it's going to take me just a few minutes to get mine decorated. You can follow along with me if you want to, or make up your own, as I was saying. And in a few moments we'll decorate the room. I want to leave room for some candy canes and maybe a gingerbread man, so I don't want to fill up the whole tree with decorations. And you can decorate your tree with anything you can think of. You can put ornaments on it, which are just like circles, and then I put this little hook on top. You know how to make a hook, I'm sure. It could be candy canes, which what I do, I make like a rainbow with one side really, really, really lengthened out. I'll show you. See, here's the little rainbow part right there on top. And then I just give it one long side, and I double it up. And put stripes on it, which those should be red, but this is so small I don't have room to draw two lines. I can't make the double lines on that. For the ornaments, you can put little spots on them like that. It makes them look a little more shiny. If you want to make a gingerbread man on your tree, or a bell, or a bow, or whatever, I'm going to show you how to make a bow in a minute when we work on the present. As a matter of fact, I think I'll stop and do that now while we have time. On this present, I'm going to put a bow. So watch. Look up. If you want to learn to make a simple little bow that looks pretty good, watch me now. Start with a circle, and give the circle arms that stick out. It's like a circle that's got arms stuck out on top, like that. Just look. But on the bottom, we make loops, and the loops are just as long as the top lines. So loop the bottom, and then we just run a line in between, like this. Now we have to put a ribbon hanging down where the bow was made out of ribbon. We have to show one piece hanging down like this, and it's just like a letter L, exactly like a letter L. Then I go back up the back side of the L a little bit and put a flat piece out this way. Just one more thing to do, and that's to hook on and go back to the bow with two simple little lines like that. It makes a pretty good looking bow. It's very simple. Alright, back to decorating the tree. I'm going to put a gingerbread man on mine. I think I have room right in here. Now don't say how do you do it. If you want to do it, you just have to look and figure it out. Alright, there's his head. Here's his body. Leg here and a leg here. And an arm here and an arm here. I barely have room for the eyes because I'm working with a marker. I just don't have room for this stuff. But if you are working with a pencil, you probably have more room than I do. Alright, you can go back and finish decorating the tree in a few minutes. We're going to move on and make the rest of the room. Then you can have all the time you want to decorate the tree. But before we do the room, I want to show you how to rough up the edge of the tree. We need to go up here where the star is on, and we just need to rough this up a little bit. Down the side. These are not long lines. Look, these lines are so tiny you can barely even see. It's like I'm making a little zigzag, like little Z's. Just look. Don't do it if it messes up your tree. If it messes up your tree, don't rough them up. These are not long lines. So I'll look around and people have lines 2 inches long sticking off the side of the tree. Well, that's not roughing up the edge. That's drawing like a stick coming out the side of it. Don't do that. You rough up the edge, you just barely jitter. It's like a little jittery line. And then I'm not going to do too many of these, but on the tree, to show the ends of the branches where the tips stick out, you do like this. But I'm not going to do much because I want to go back and put more stuff on my tree, like more ornaments and more decorations, candy canes and stuff. But we need to work on the room a little while because we can decorate the tree anytime. But I need to show you how to make the room. So let's get started with that. First, hook on right up in here somewhere, close to the bottom of your tree, and go out a little ways. Don't go to the edge. Just go out a little ways. Not even halfway. Leave a lot of room over here. If you're going to do the doorway, then follow along. If not, you can draw a window or a fireplace or whatever you want. I'm going to make a very tall rectangle, almost as tall as the paper, not quite. And I make that as wide as it needs to look like a door. I'm not going to make a line across the bottom of this rectangle. I am going to come down and try to stop when I'm straight across from it. I'll take this line and skip over. If you're doing a door, you should be following along right now. It's very simple. We just made a rectangle without a bottom. And I'll double up this line to show it's like got baseboard along the bottom of the wall. Now I'm just going to skip the tree and finish this out on the other side. If you're doing a different kind of room, that's fine. You can do your room. You can do your room to look like your house. I'm going to double up all these lines to put like a door frame around the door. And I'm going to put a little decoration right here coming down the middle of the door. It's got a couple of leaves. And I'll get in just a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Just hanging a little piece of mistletoe right under the door frame here. Put some beads on it. These would probably be white. But my marker makes such a fat line. Just no way I can do it the way I want to do it. But anyway, you can see it's just, you got one piece hangs down, then two leaves. My marker's too big to make the leaves. You need to show the floor in the other room, and you have to slide up on the door some. Just go across like that. Now, you can show a refrigerator back in there or a table back in there, other things in the kitchen. But if you do, now here's your floor. Here's the kitchen floor. Anything you draw has to come down on it. I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to draw a table. Well, you can't bring the legs all the way down to the bottom of here. You have to put them in about the middle. You can go up and make a table leg. You can draw a flat line for the table like this. And it makes a table, and it would have just maybe a little tiny bit of a slanted line there. That makes a table, and you could put a plate on it or something. You could put, now if you put cabinets, you can put those over here against the wall. That's all right. But I don't want to spend all of my time on that. I want to draw a couple other things on here. I want to draw a stocking. I want to put some lights at the top. I want to put these lights that droop down like this. And once again, you should be doing these little pieces here with a crayon to make them colorful. Don't get your crayons out now. You can do it later. I'm not going to finish this. I'll come back to it later. These little twinkly lights need to be colorful. You can draw them with a pencil, but you just have to go over them with bright colored crayons. Alright, if you want a stocking, stop and watch. You make a rectangle that's slanted on the paper. It might be easier, and I don't know. You might twist your paper and make the rectangle flat. I don't know. For me, it's easier just to draw the rectangle slanted like this. Then I put a loop on it where it hangs on a hook. Now here's the tricky part. You got a hook on here. Make the stocking ever how long you want it. Only make it about half that long right there. Then I go right in here somewhere and I put like a letter C twisted up on its side. Now you have to hook this together. You have to lengthen this out and hook this together, and that makes a stocking. Actually, the stocking is probably one of the harder parts of the whole picture. The rest of it's pretty easy. Okay, you can go back and decorate your boxes if you want to. You can put like there's ribbons all around them. If you want a different kind of bow, I'm just going to make this very quickly. It's just loops that hook together like that, ribbons that come out from the bottom. Or you know what? You can decorate your box any way you want to. And they don't have to have ribbons all the way around them. I mean, I like the looks of it, but You can make wide ribbon or skinny ribbon. If you make ribbons, they have to go the same direction as the sides of the box. And I'm not gonna put any more on that. It'll ruin it. These are just little detailed parts, and this is stuff you can make up. You can decorate your boxes. I don't need to fool with that. I may put a rug in front of my door, just an oval rug. You know what? You could go in here somewhere and put a train track or a nativity scene, just anything you can think of. But you've got to figure it out from here on. Now I'm going to double up the line on my rug. You don't have to draw this. You can do creative thinking now. Put the little fringes that come off of it like this. And then you can put Merry Christmas on your rug or Merry Christmas on the wall. You can make it. You can make like you can put Christmas cards up along your wall or on your wall somewhere. You can put bows or ribbons, any kind of decorations. Just decorate this all you want. Alright, I'm done. I'm going to play you a little bit of music, and I hope this was fun.